As nurses working within the healthcare setting, we often find ourselves confronted with situations or dilemmas that create internal ethical conflicts. The stressful, often exhausting nature of these situations may also have associated legal factors which must be considered. An ethical dilemma has been described as a situation in which a choice between two equally unsatisfactory alternatives must be made in the presence of competing moral principles and values. It has also been described as a healthcare situation where profound moral questions of rightness or wrongness underlie professional decision-making and the care of patients. As professionals, it is essential that we acquire an understanding or knowledge of the more commonly encountered ethical issues that we may face and the impact that they may have on both healthcare professionals and patients. This is key to working through these daily dilemmas. Within the literature, it has been suggested that nurses must be nurtured through education to ensure that they possess the skills necessary for the process of ethical decision-making to occur. This education must begin within undergraduate nursing programs and continue as part of the process of ongoing education throughout a nurse's career. The literature also suggests that although nurses are very concerned with situations that create ethical and legal conflicts, they do not feel sufficiently trained, and that in addition to keeping skills and knowledge updating legal aspects of nursing are often neglected. With increasingly problematic ethical issues arising within the healthcare setting and nurses' continued reports of being uncomfortable addressing them, it is essential to identify the ethical problems which nurses face, the frequency with which they occur, and the resulting level of stress that they experience. Since these ethically charged situations may influence nurses' decisions to remain in current positions, with job satisfaction and retention of nursing staff directly impacted. The College of Nurses of Ontario recognizes that nurses encounter ethical conflict, uncertainty, and distress in their everyday practice, and that the provision of care within the therapeutic nurse-client relationship relies heavily upon the consideration of ethical issues. They also encourage the practice of self-reflection and communication to facilitate the development of increased awareness of personal values and beliefs, since nurses must work through ethical conflicts, which most often do not have one correct or best solution. This practice helps nursing professionals to understand how personal values and beliefs impact certain aspects of practice and why variations in responses to ethical situations exist. On February 6, 2015, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled that Sections 241B and 14 of the Criminal Code prohibiting a physician's assistance in terminating life unjustifiably infringed upon the right of life, liberty, and security of the person or individual wanting to access physician-assisted death, and the Canadian government was given 16 months to develop new legislation to permit assisted death. Bill C-14, an act to amend the Criminal Code and to make related amendments to other acts, made its royal assent on June 17, 2016, with changes to the Criminal Code, and came into effect allowing people deemed to be eligible to receive medical assistance in dying. The development of this new legislation was an enormous undertaking, requiring input from expert panels, committees at both provincial, territorial, and federal levels of government, experts in the fields of law, constitution, healthcare, social policy, civil liberties organizations, and advocacy groups, and yet the topic is one of continued debate today. On one side of this ethical debate or dilemma stand those who support the autonomy and dignity of a competent individual who seeks death as a response to a grievous and irremediable medical condition, while those opposed believe in the sanctity of life and the need to protect the vulnerable. This new legislation has a direct impact on nursing education and those nurses and healthcare providers practicing in areas in which Maid will occur. The College of Nurses of Ontario recognizes that the beliefs and values of a nurse pertaining to Maid may not align with those who support the process, and that this may result in their refusal to assist or participate in any way. As a result, it is essential for nurses to receive the necessary education to allow them to sort through the information, feelings, values, and beliefs to properly analyze and assess the stance that they take with regards to Maid. We hope that our presentation will afford you the opportunity to attentively and respectfully listen to the opinions of others, self-reflect and share personal experiences and views regarding this ethically charged topic. It is our hope that with the information, learning activities, and tools that we will share within this student-led seminar, we will all develop a greater understanding of this ethical dilemma of medical assistance in dying and how we can, as educators, promote this same awareness in others.